Yeah, but Ukraine is... Look, Russia's got its problems militaristically, but Ukraine's only able to do anything because of NATO support. If we were not providing them with weapons and intelligence, they would have been flattened in a week. Russia.
I totally disagree. The way that, and that's part of my book actually, is we talked about how we should need to fight differently. When the Russians came down from the north to try to capture Kyiv, and what did you have? You had like babushka women out there, slapping plastic explosives on freaking Russian tanks. You had little hunter-killer teams with their pickup truck and anti-tank guns and stuff. So that's my point, is they're absolutely capable of defending themselves. Even if we pulled everything out, it'd get a lot worse. Don't get me wrong.
That's a great argument for us to pull everything out and back off and because if that's the case, then I see no reason for us to be wasting time.
Why it's not?
What are we gaining from it? What do we get? Why?
Yeah, I want to ask you that. Like, why would we bail? Why would we pull out when we can fix the Russian war machine in a interminable war?
What do you mean fix the Russian war machine?
They're stuck right now. They can't do anything else.
So what do I as a tax-paying American citizen gain from everything we've done in Ukraine?
Well, I kind of am a Ronald Reagan kind of conservative who believes in peace through strength, and I don't like bullies and authoritarian regimes. And I think I get tired of the cliche about this.
What about Pakistan? Should we get involved in the China dispute with India?
I get tired of that cliche about Munich and whatever year it was, but I mean, where's it end? We have to stand someplace, and these people are willing to fight and die. There's not a single American troop.
What's our dispute with Russia?
Well, they're an authoritarian, totalitarian regime that has designs on conquest. And
so why aren't we involved in the China dispute with, I think it's in India, right? Why aren't we involved in that dispute?
They're taking care of themselves.
So I thought you said the Ukrainians could take care of themselves.
Yeah, they can.
So why are we there?
Why not? If all they need some material and
but we've got U.S. personnel on the ground. We got special forces operating there.
No, we don't.
Yes, we do.
Prove it.
I'll pull it up right now. Special forces have been operating for a long time.
The internet is so legit. Chris.
This was a big story.
Come on, Chris. Come on. You know that even if there's no evidence there, they're there.
I mean, you can call The Intercept fake news. Will the Biden administration shine light on shadowy special ops programs? Let me...
that's programs.
That's an old story. That's an old story.
Yeah, right.
Let me... The Intercept reported this a while ago. Let me...
There's American volunteers, I'm pretty sure, but because they're volunteers,
they're volunteers. I suspect there are small numbers. Last time I was there, I'm telling you, other than at the embassy doing embassy work, there were no U.S. Special operations.
I thought there were Americans there to help them, train them on the equipment we're setting.
No, they were in Poland.
They're military inspectors at the very least.
No, I agree. I don't like bullies. The United States bullied Iraq and Afghanistan for 2 decades, so I feel like now we have Iraq. Russia's going to take eastern Ukraine. China's going to take Taiwan. Every warmonger wins. Now we're the 3 strongest countries on earth again. Can we just be peaceful and calm? Russia, by the way, Russians they want calm. Americans talk about peace and peace through
secret U.S. operations inside Ukraine are being conducted under a presidential covert action finding, current and former officials said. The finding indicates that the president has quietly notified certain congressional leaders about the administration's decision to conduct a broad program of clandestine operations inside the country, one former special forces officer said. The Biden amended a pre-existing finding originally approved during the Obama administration that was designed to counter malign foreign influence activities. A former CIA officer told The Intercept that Biden's use of pre-existing finding has frustrated some intelligence officials who believe that the U.S. involvement in Ukraine conflict differs so much from the spirit of the finding that it should merit a new one, blah, 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 et cetera,
What's the date?
This is from October 2022. This was a big deal. Ken Klippenstein and James Risen reported this for The Intercept, and it got syndicated basically everywhere. I think the New York Times picked it up. We have the U.S. as active personnel in the country. The argument is, are they engaged in direct conflict or are they doing infrastructure, logistics, and support? Regardless, I have not heard an argument, and it's not been justified to me, why we are providing weapons, funding, and personnel in any capacity. The U.S. provided the weapons and the intelligence to the Ukrainians they used to destroy the Russian flagship in the Black Sea. Why? Why are we at war with Russia? They've not given us any real reason. Now, I get it. Russia's an adversary. Obama called them a regional power. Russia does deals with other countries. It interferes with us in terms of the energy market that we're trying to build with Europe, the Qatar-Turkey pipeline. So if the real reason is that we have engaged in war in Ukraine because we want cheap energy into Europe so that Europe can build up its economy as a means to counteract the growth of China, sure, I understand that. I don't see that as a good enough reason. Russia is engaged in legitimate energy trade. We are pissed off about it because we want Europe to expand and they're our allies. So we decide to support a war against Bashar al-Assad and Russia. It just seems like psychotic, world-ending policy